Hey, Karan from Life Accounting here, and today we're going over the top credit cards for bad credit and building credit. Because having little to no credit can make it tough to find credit cards with great approval odds, and being denied for a credit card can make your credit worse. But here's the truth. If you currently have bad credit or little to no credit, there are options available for you with very high chances of approval, even if your credit score is between 300 and 629. And when you combine the right credit card with superb habits, you have the best formula for building great credit. So here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and like this video for me so others can find it on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel for the best financial content you can find. All right, enough of the intro. Let's dive in to the best credit cards for bad credit and building credit. For reference, my choices for the top picks came down to three things: features, no or low annual fees, and approval odds. And the first card on the list had to be the Discover It secured credit card. For many reasons, as it is one of the best, if not the best, credit building companion for those with little to no credit. First, there is no annual fee, which leaves money in your pocket. It reports to all three credit bureaus, giving you the opportunity to build and fix your credit across all three. And unlike most secured cards, it actually provides cashback rewards of 2% at gas stations and restaurants up to $1,000 per quarter, and a limited 1% cashback on all other purchases. By the way, they currently have a welcome bonus called the Discover Cashback Match that will double all cashback rewards you earn in the first year. And ready for the finishing move? After 8 months, Discover automatically reviews your account for transition to an unsecured card and return of your deposit. Yes, automatic review, meaning with responsible use, you have the chance to move to an unsecured card in less than a year. Note that security cards do require you to submit a deposit that acts as your credit limit, and the minimum deposit for this card is $200, which is pretty standard. So what are the cons of this card? There are two. The first con is that the card is not widely accepted outside of the United States, which could be an issue for those who travel internationally pretty often. The second is that the initial deposit for your credit limit must come from a bank account, so those without a bank account won't be able to use this card. Overall, the Discover It secured credit card is hands down one of the best credit cards ever created for bad credit and building your credit. Okay, next on the list is the secured Mastercard from Capital One. This is another no annual fee secured credit card with clever features that is simply a no-brainer for those who smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and would like to build and repair their credit. Here's why. As mentioned previously, secured credit cards require a security deposit that becomes your credit limit. And while the secured Mastercard from Capital One does require a deposit, like all the rest, Capital One does it differently. Capital One does it better. Wow, that was pretty darn good. I should write commercials for Capital One. Okay, back to the deposits. While other secured credit limits simply match your deposit, if you qualify, this card allows you to have a higher limit than what you deposit, which is simply unheard of for secured credit cards. For example, you can make a deposit of $49, $99, or $200 and increase your limit up to $1,000 when you make more than a minimum deposit before you activate your account. But wait, there's more. You don't have to pay the deposit up front. You see, Capital One allows you to pay your deposits in installments of $20 or more, as long as you paid in full by the 35th day after you are approved. So if you're tight on a budget but still want to build your credit, this is a major plus for this card. Another thing, when you make consistent monthly payments on time, you have the opportunity to have your credit limit increased automatically without needing to deposit more money, giving you access to more cash than you used as collateral. Another big plus is that Capital One is widely accepted outside of the United States, which makes this card a good option for international travelers. Sound good, right? Let's discuss two cons of this card I want you to be aware of. The first con is that there are no rewards unlike the Discover It secured credit card. The second con is that the APR on this card is pretty high at an ongoing variable APR of 26.99%, which only affects you if you don't pay your credit card in full on a monthly basis. Now, the third con is that a bank account is required to qualify, which renders this card basically useless for those without one. But overall, the secured Mastercard from Capital One is an outstanding option for those who prioritize lower payments, lower deposits, and higher credit limits over things like rewards and cash back. Now, the third credit card on this list is the OpenSky secured Visa card. This secured card has two major features that simply set it apart from the Discover It secured credit card and the secured Mastercard from Capital One. The first major feature is that the OpenSky secured Visa card is a rare card that allows you to qualify for a secured credit card, get this, without a credit check. Yep, you heard that right, but I'll say it again for the folks in the back. The secured Mastercard from Capital One is a rarity among secured credit cards because they allow you to qualify for one without a credit check. So if you're struggling to get approved for a secured credit card, this is an outstanding option for you. The second major feature of the OpenSky secured Visa card is that it does not require you to have a bank account to qualify like most other secured credit cards do, giving those without bank accounts an uncommon opportunity to get a secured card. In addition, this card reports to all three credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So what are the cons of this card? Well, there are three cons to keep in mind when you think about the OpenSky secured Visa card. The first con is that there is a $35 annual fee, which makes it the only card on my list with an annual fee. But when you put it into perspective, the $35 annual fee is actually on the cheaper side when compared to other annual fees for secured credit cards. Now, the second con, and likely the most common and likely the most impactful, is that you do not have the ability to upgrade to an unsecured card, which leaves you two options. Once you do improve your credit, you will have to close the card, which may affect your credit utilization and length of credit history, or you have to keep it open and pay the annual fee. For this reason, if you can qualify for one of the other cards mentioned, they are 100% a better option. If you're not able to qualify, either because your credit or lack of a bank account, the OpenSky secured Visa card is simply a stellar option. So before I let you go, I want to share 4 credit card tips to help you maximize your efforts to repair and build your credit. Tip number 1. If you choose an unsecured credit card, be sure to choose an issuer that reports to all 3 credit bureaus. Everyone on my list does. Now, tip number 2. If you can't qualify for a bank account, it's worth applying for a low-fee checking account or something called a second chance checking account that will help you qualify for the secured credit cards that require a bank account. All right, tip number 3, if you incur a late payment fee, try calling and asking for it to be removed as a courtesy. You may be surprised how willing your credit card issuer is to work with you on the fees. And tip number 4, keep your credit card usage below 30% for the best credit scores possible. Meaning, if you have a credit limit of $200, you want to keep your balance below $60, which is 30% of $200. Well, there you have it. The 3 best credit cards for bad credit and building credit. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. Once again, it helps others to find this video on YouTube. And subscribe to the channel for more credit building and financial education. I'm Karan from Life Accounting. Until next time.